So my project was supposed to represent a car and its main functions, and so before I actually run the script, I'll go over how the startup of the car will work here. So back here I have a push button switch, and this switch, when clicked, turns the car on and off. And when the car is turned on, this DC motor runs at full speed, and these two daytime running lights, just shown by green LEDs here, are turned on, and they stay on as long as the engine is on. And then upon startup, the piezo speaker plays 5 beeps, just like you might hear when you turn on your car. So it's just supposed to show you that, hey, the car is turning on. Just one kind of note here is that when you click the push button switch, it doesn't always read it because I have so many things nested under one overarching while loop here. And so because I have so much hardware that's being hooked up to this, the button may not always read the click, so I have to maybe do it twice or maybe hold it a little bit longer. But in general, it still does satisfy the requirements of just a clicking motion. So I'll start the script right now, and then I'll show you what happens upon startup. So the engine is running at full speed. These two LEDs are on, and they'll always stay on. Those are the daytime running lights. And then you heard the 5 beeps just showing that the car is on. Now you just heard that warning beep right there. I'll go over that right now actually. This red LED right here will flash whenever the engine is quote unquote overheating. And this temperature was specified by me in the code. But as you can see right there, it must have just been a little bit too hot in the room right now, or right at that instant. And so you heard 3 beeps, and you heard and you saw that the light flashed. So I'll actually do this right now then. I'll use a hairdryer to heat this whole system up, and what should happen is this will beep, and you'll see it flashing continuously once it's actually fully heated. So. And because the sensor isn't perfect, you might see it stop and then start up again, so I'll see if that happens. But right now you can see that it's flashing. And there's the 3 beeps again. So each time it reads that the engine is too hot, you'll hear those 3 beeps, and then it'll just keep flashing like this. As you can see also, it doesn't affect the motor, so it doesn't turn the car off as I specified in my proposal. I just want it to make a warning sound essentially. So another thing I want to point out now, I guess, is the fog lights, which is mimicked just by this single green LED right here. You can see that green LED is not on right now, and that's because I have a flashlight that's shining onto the photoresistor. So when the photoresistor senses that there is too little light, and that was just specified by me in the code, then the fog light will turn on. And so right now I'll turn off this light here, and you can see that the fog light turned on. So now the fog light will be on because, according to the photo sensor, there's not enough light. So I'll turn this back on. Now you can see that the fog lights went off, and it would just keep doing that over and over again. So the next thing, and I think the final thing here, is the force sensor. And this force sensor mimics a brake in a car. And so when I squeeze this, what should happen is this red LED right here should turn on, and it'll mimic a brake light. The motor will slow down based on how much I squeeze this, and finally the piezo speaker, will play a screeching noise, or just one tone, to signal that the tires were screeched or that I pressed the FSR too hard. So I'll show you what that means. So right now, that's me just squeezing it a little bit. And so you can see that the motor slowed down and it came to a stop there, and you can see that the brake light is on. If I squeeze it too hard, it screeches the tires, quote unquote. So I'll just do that again just to show you. So the motor's slowing down, squeezed it too hard, so they're screeching the tires, and then it comes back off. Just another note here, you may have heard that the beeping was occurring a few times during this. That's just because the thermoresistor sometimes senses heat here and there, and so it says that it's overheating, but it really might not be. So yeah, and here it is again, it's sensing some spark of heat right there. So yeah, that should be it, and I'll turn off the engine here, and there you go.